but dizzle. But dizzle. Get a spaniel, they said. It will be fun, they said. And then things like this happen. Okay, so nobody actually said get a spaniel. Most people's reaction now are, why the hell did you get a spaniel? But it's Ben, you know, it's just the way it is. So that is kind of what went down. The baby had her new passport. It was delivered yesterday through the door. We was out, came home, looked up to the top of the stairs. Ben's chewing something at the top of the stairs, and yeah, he didn't chew the junk mail that comes through. He decided to go for the most expensive, most important thing in the post, and decided to chew the baby's passport into 1,000 pieces. Not ideal, considering that we're going away in like 3-4 weeks. So more money, another passport, send it out again. But hey, what can you do? That's just Buddhiz for you. You can't really help it. Katie got quite cross. I said, at the end of the day, it's just going to be one of those things that you happen to laugh about, and if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So you've just got to laugh about it and shrug it off and be like, whatever, just going to have to sort out a new one, order a new one, get it sorted. And that was that. That was the start of yesterday. But the sun is shining, and today is a new day, people, and we are doing stuff. Just out now with the dog. Actually forgot my other camera, so recording off of my iPhone, so if the sound image quality isn't as good, then that is why. Walking the dog, taking him on a big walk today because I've got some time. But what I wanted to do was talk to you guys about calories, weight loss, the importance of calories, and common kind of misconceptions with calories and food in general, where calories come from, what calories are in certain foods, what foods you can and cannot eat. Because I notice when I work with more and more people get a little bit confused about calories and healthy food and what you should be looking out for, what you shouldn't, what sort of, how calories are equal and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to break that down for you guys and go into a bit more detail to try and help. So you need to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. That is consuming less calories on a daily basis than you burn. Now you either get yourself in that calorie deficit through exercise or diet, or a combination of both. Normally a combination of both is best, and you can't necessarily out exercise bad nutrition if your diet's really bad. In order to gain weight, you need to be in a calorie surplus, which is consuming more calories than you burn on a daily basis. And everybody needs to be on a relatively different level of calories, and depending on how busy you are, how sedentary you are, how active you are, what you do in a day, how many times you exercise, everybody's tastes are different. So people are going to like different types of calorific foods. Now, not all calories are created equal as such, as in some foods you consume are going to have more benefits to your health. Some are almost going to be empty calories in terms of from a health perspective. However, all calories do count. So calories in healthy foods also count. Just because something is good for you doesn't mean you can get away with eating more of it. So for example, if you take a banana, which is anywhere from maybe a 90 calories to maybe 120 or something, depending on the size of the banana, and then you take a Mars bar, and a Mars bar is, say, around 200 calories. I'm not sure exactly, but let's just say around 200 calories. Now, if you cut out the Mars bar as a snack, and because you're trying to diet and you're trying to be good, but you replace that Mars bar with 2 bananas, it's going to make no difference to your weight whatsoever, because you've replaced a 200 calorie snack with 2 bananas, which are around about 200 calories. So it doesn't make any difference. You're trying to, from a weight loss perspective, you are trying to focus on calories and the amount of calories in foods. Now, obviously, chances are healthier choices tend to be lower in calories. So if you was to pick a chicken salad, homemade, is likely to be lower in calories than a beef burger that you tend to eat out. So there is a difference. However, there is still calories in fruit. Some fruits are still high in calories. There's still calories in vegetables and salads and all that kind of stuff, pretty low. But if you are really trying to lose weight and you think you are counting all of the calories that you are consuming, but there's certain things you don't count because they're considered healthy, then that may be the answer to your problem. Things like avocados, looked at as a healthy food, which it is. It's very nutrient dense, very good for you, but it's also incredibly high in calories. So half an avocado is probably about 150 calories. A whole avocado is probably around about 300 calories, give or take, depending on the size of the avocado. Now, someone might have taken something like a bacon sandwich out of their diet because they consider it to be bad, and it's probably going to be worse for them on their weight loss diet. But then they might have had avocado, loads of flies, they might have had avocado on toast for breakfast instead and put a whole avocado on there, which in actual fact ends up being exactly the same amount of calories as the bacon sandwich. And then they're confused as to why they're not losing weight. Well, actually, you've just replaced one meal that you consider to be unhealthy with a meal that you consider to be healthy, but it contains the exact same amount of calories, so it's had no difference on your daily calorie intake. There is calories in drinks, there's calories in alcohol. So an average pint of beer is around 200 to 250 calories. You have 5 pints of those, that's a lot of calories. You have 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 pints a week, that's a lot of calories you're drinking. The average glass of wine is about 120 to 150 calories. So a bottle of wine, however many glasses that may be, is probably 600-700 calories. A cup of coffee, something like a latte, a medium full fat latte, is probably around 200 calories. So if you're drinking 2 of those a day, that's 400 calories a day you're drinking in coffee alone. And now that's lattes, that's flat whites, that's things which have a lot of milk in. A black coffee or an Americano, there's basically no calories in that. So if you're drinking those, that's fine. But if you're a female who needs to be consuming, say, 1,400 calories a day to lose weight, and you're drinking 400 calories worth of coffee, and then maybe you get home later that evening and you're having another couple of glasses of wine, you're drinking 500-600 calories a day drinking. That's without adding your food on top. So you're probably consuming more like 2,000, maybe more calories a day, and that's why you can't lose weight. Calories in everything are important when you're trying to lose weight. Something that I think is a good practice for people to do is to get an app like MyFitnessPal and track your calories for a period of time. track down everything that you eat and everything that you drink, and you'll probably be surprised at the amount of calories that are in certain things and the amount of calories that you yourself consume per day, especially at the weekends, because chances are at the weekends you're consuming almost double what you do during the week. If you're someone that eats out a lot, then you're going to be consuming a lot of calories. If you're a very social person, then chances are you're probably going to be consuming a lot of calories, because when foods are cooked out, they're higher in calories because they're made to taste better. They're cooked in oils and all sorts of stuff because they're worried about flavour, they're not worried about calories. So if you're someone that eats out all the time, you have breakfast, lunch, dinner out at the weekends, then chances are you're eating a lot of calories, and then you throw some alcohol on top of that as well. There is a huge amount of calories at the weekend. More time at the end, we'll just do something else. There she is. She's been gone for 45 minutes. What is happening, everybody? So back from work, just trained some clients. Squeaky door. It is now nearly 20 to 10 and I have just put dinner on. So dinner is 3 lamb shish kebabs from Marks and Spencer's. And then I'll probably throw some chopped up bits of salad with that or something, and then that's it. Because actually, this is why keeping an eye on calories is important, because for 3 of those, that has taken that meal, just for 3 of those lamb kebabs, 500 calories. Okay, so some people probably would put some like potatoes or something else with that, and you're probably going to turn that into a 600-700 calorie meal. For the dog. And because we've been talking about calories today, what I decided to do was actually put everything that I'd eaten today down into MyFitnessPal, and so far today I've had 1,939 calories, and that was for breakfast was 2 fried eggs with 3 fried rashers of bacon and fried in a little bit of butter, and then some cherry tomatoes, and then I had a large latte from Starbucks. Then lunch was, bearing in mind breakfast was actually late in the day, was actually around lunchtime, I didn't eat in the morning, so then kind of like late lunch, before I went back into work for the evening, was 60 grams of oats roughly, 200 ml of semi-skimmed milk, some agave nectar, like a tablespoon of that, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like honey, handful of blueberries, and then a scoop of protein powder in there. And then dinner, just about to have those minted lamb kebabs. Snacks, I've had 1 apple, half a handful of salted nuts, and I had a flat white as well from Costa before I went into work. And there's not a huge amount of food in there, and that's 1,939 calories. For me, that's actually quite low. So after this, I'm going to have a cup of tea as well, and then probably some dark chocolate. Just checking if we had any left. So don't know if we've got some left. So that'll probably take me to 2,200 calories for the day, which is quite low, but then I haven't trained today, so I don't want it to be too high. But at the same time, for a female, or maybe for other people, that is quite a high amount of calories for how much they need to consume a day to be able to lose weight. And as you could hear, that's not a lot of food when you think about it. That's not a huge amount of food, and one of the most accurate ways to track it using the MyFitnessPal app, and it's come up as 1,939 calories. So as you can see, calories add up. So I hope that today's video has helped you guys clear up some of the things that I think people misunderstand about calories and calories in healthy food. And if you eat, an apple, you can eat endless amounts because it's healthy, but actually no, an apple still contains around about 80 calories, so it's still got calories in it. So you can't just eat endless amounts of apples on top of other things and expect to lose weight. So that is a little thing about calories for you guys. I hope it's helped. If you have any questions, comment on the video and I'll be happy to help you. If not, then I will see you in the next one.